Good evening, everyone. My name is Abhisha Yadav, roll number 205030. Today, I am here to discuss the topic group theory. So, let us understand what is groupoid or binary algebra. So, a set G, a non empty set G equipped with one binary operation star is called groupoid. That is, G is a groupoid if G is closed for star operation. So let us understand what is closed means. So suppose if we take n be the set of natural numbers, and if we take two numbers 3 and 4, and if we add these two numbers 3 plus 4, then we will get 7, and we can see that 7 belong to this set n. So we can say that n is closed for addition operation. Okay, and if we multiply these two numbers 3 into 4, then we will get 12, and we can see that 12 belong to this set n. So we can say that n is closed for addition as well as multiplication operation. But if we subtract these two numbers 3 minus 4, then we will get minus 1. Okay, and but we can see that minus 1 does not belong to this set n. So we can say that n is not closed for subtraction operation. Similarly, if we divide 3 by 4, then we can see that it does not belong to this set n. So we can say that n is not closed for division also. And groupoid is also called quasi-group. Now semigroup, if it is closed and follows associative property, that is A star B star C is equals to A star BC for every A belonging to G. For example, the algebraic structures set n for addition operation, z for addition, z for multiplication where z belonging to integers, and q for multiplication. Q means real number. Okay, are semi group, but z is not for subtraction because subtraction is not associative. It does not follow the associative property. Now monoid, if it is closed, associative, and there exists an identity element E in G such that E star A is equals to A star E is equals to A for every A belonging to G. For example, the semigroup n for multiplication is a monoid because 1 is identity element for multiplication. We have to note here that 1 is the identity element for multiplication, and if we multiply 1 with any element, with any number, then we can see that there is no change. So 1 is the identity element for multiplication, and 0 is the identity element for uh, addition. That if we add 0 with any number, then we can see that there is no change. So 0 is the identity element for multiplication, but n not for addition because 0 is the identity element of addition and 0 does not belong to n. We already know that natural numbers start from 1 2 3 and so on. So 0 does not belong to the set n, so it is not monoid. It does not follow the property, so it is not monoid for addition. Now let us understand the additive identity again with the help of matrices. So suppose if there is a matrix of 2 cross 2, and the elements are 1, 2, 3 and 4, and if we add 0 matrices with this matrix, then we can see that there is no change. 0 plus 1 1, 0 plus 2 2, 0 plus 3 3, 0 plus 4 4, means there is no change in this matrices. So we can see that we can say that 0 is the additive identity, and multiplicative identity is 1 0 0 1. If we multiply this matrices with any other matrices, then we can see that there is no change in that matrices. Okay, so 1 0 0 1 is the multiplicative identity. Now let us understand what exactly is the group. So if it satisfies the following postulate, then it is group. So number 1 is closure property. So what is closure property? If A belong to G and B belong to G, that is A star B belong to G, for every A comma B belonging to G, then it follows the closure property. Second is associative. Let's say there are three variables A, B, C, and they belong to G set, and if we multiply A A star B, and then their product we multiply with C, and similarly if we multiply first B star C and then with A, or then we can see here that A star B is A star B star C is equals to A star B star C. Now the third is identity, existence of identity, that is E star A is equals to A star E equals to A for every A belonging to G. Fourth is existence of inverse. Each element of G is invertible, that is for every A belonging to G there exists A inverse in G such that A into A inverse equals to A inverse into A equals to E, where E is the identity. I have already told that that 0 is the identity for multiplication, and 1 is the identity for multiplication. And for inverse, if we see here that number is -2, and if we add +2, then we can see we will get the identity 0, means we can see that it is true for addition. And similarly if there is number 2, and if we multiply it with its reciprocal, then we will get 1, that means 1 is the identity element for multiplication. So if it follows all these 4 axioms or 4 postulate, then we can say that it is then the set is called group. One thing I have already told before, that for addition operation in set n for natural number, we can see that 0 does not belong to the set of natural number, so it will not be a group. And for multiplication, if we take the inverse of 2, means if we multiply it with the reciprocal of 2, we can say it will be -2, and -2 does not belong to the set of natural number, so it will not be a group. And one more example is here, that for integer set for addition, if we take number 3, and if we add it with its inverse means -3, then we can see that we will get 0. -3 plus 3 we will get 0, and we know that 0 is the identity element for addition operation. So we can see this also, that -3 belong to the set of integer, so it is a group. And similarly, for integer, for multiplication, if we take 3 and multiply it with the inverse, means it's reciprocal 1 by 3, then we can see that we will get 1 by 3, 1. But we can see that 1 by 3 does not belong to the set of integers, so it is not a group. Now let us understand what is abelian group or commutative group. So if it follows all the 4 properties that I have already told you here, that if it follows all the 4 properties, then it is a group. And along with that, if it follows the commutative property, means commutativity, then it is called a abelian group. That is, a star b is equals to b star a for every a comma b belonging to G, then it is called abelian group. Now the overview is here, what I have told till here. G, if it is closed, then it is called groupoid. G, if it is closed and associative, then it is called semigroup. G, if it is closed, associative, and there exists identity, then it is called monoid. G, if it is closed, associative, there exists identity, and their inverse also exists, then it is called group. And if it follows all the properties, along with that it follows commutative property, then it is called abelian group. So I hope you liked the video. Thank you.